discussed today, the FTC plays a critical role protecting consumers from fraudulent schemes and deceptive trade practices. You know, years ago, many years ago, I had to get involved in mergers that occurred across the country, and that doesn't seem to be something anybody gets involved in anymore. And the consolidation, especially in big tech, which is something I focus on, has just gone unchecked. But that's not part of what I want to say today. In the past year alone, the FTC has returned over $25 million to Hoosiers that have fallen victim to the deceptive scams and frauds. However, I echo the concerns of my colleagues regarding the direction of the FTC under Chairwoman Khan's leadership. During the chairwoman's tenure, the FTC has routinely overstepped congressionally directed jurisdiction to target American companies. Meanwhile, the chair has disregarded the other commissioners and consolidated authorities of the FTC within her own office. Chairwoman Khan has even gone as far as to allow a former commissioner to vote on a substantial merger policy. In a recent and notable overreach, the FTC issued initial violation notices through their unprecedented penalty offense authority rule to over 700 companies before the final order was issued. Since the Commission does not have authority to issue civil penalties for initial violations for most unfair or deceptive practices, the FTC is setting a new and dangerous precedent that could threaten Hoosier businesses operating in the U.S. economy. This has left businesses in my state in the dark about how they're allowed to do business and continues this administration's find and find approach instead of collaboration and partnership to meet common goals and protect consumers. In 2004, we had the same problem in the state of Indiana, where it was fine and fine, fined and fine, and we got that changed. And of course, the state of Indiana has a fabulously balanced budget, and our economy is growing. The FTC has continued their overreach with a proposed rule seeking to ban non-compete clauses in its partnership with the National Labor Relations Board. This rule rejects American free market ideals and disregards state laws that already serve to protect employees in their communities. I had a conversation just a little while ago with a friend of mine sitting in the back, a surgeon, about what if I went to work for a hospital that paid off my debt? Could I not have a non-compete? That's not my question, okay? As a result of the FTC's concerning overreaches, the remaining Republican commissioners have all resigned. Before this committee considers any sort of additional authority, it's imperative that we gain a better understanding as to how the FTC can more appropriately utilize the resources they have at hand. Chair Khan, former Commissioner Wilson, who resigned just a few weeks ago, brought important private sector experience to the FTC. Can you describe your experience working in the private sector?
Thanks, Congressman. I have not worked in the private sector. I did work for Columbia University, but that's, I believe, organized as a nonprofit.
I'm not downplaying your private sector, your academic experience, but my view of the FTC, which is very positive, back in my business experience all my life, understanding how business actually operates is pretty important. Do you believe the lack of business experience among FTC commissioners inhibits your ability to regulate private sector entities effectively?
Congressman, there's no doubt that diversity of experience among commissioners greatly benefits our work, and I really look forward to new commissioners that the President would nominate and the Senate would confirm, and we'll look forward to
I hope you lead that. I'd like to yield the balance of my time to Mr. Armstrong.